Xiamen streets strewn with 100 yuan bills, disappearing in just 1 minute. Rumors circulate about students from Guangdong's Zhongshan Second Hospital developing cancer together. Fugitive of the White Sheet Revolution, CCP settling scores, freezing assets. Sharp decline in European participation and 81% decrease in Taiwanese companies at China Import Expo. Xi Jinping faces Tacitus trap. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Xiamen streets strewn with 100 yuan bills, disappearing in just 1 minute. On November 7th, a video clip went viral on mainland China's internet, showing scattered 100 yuan banknotes on the streets of Xiamen, and many passers-by picking them up. Some people got off public buses, while others stopped their electric bikes to collect the money. The person who recorded the video mentioned that it was unclear whether the money was accidentally dropped or intentionally thrown, but it was all snatched up within a minute. Mainland media reported that this incident occurred on the 6th. An employee from the Xingbin Street office of Jimei District, Shaman, mentioned that they became aware of the situation only after the police station got involved in the investigation. However, the personnel at the Xingbin police station stated that they couldn't disclose specific details. This incident sparked discussions on the internet. Many netizens expressed a wish to experience finding money themselves, while others believed that picking up someone else's money was unethical. Some people are laughing, and some are crying. Who must have suffered a severe injury again? Where is morality? Where is civility? Where is conscience? Where is propriety? Some even jokes, I hope I can find a few bills as well. That way, my child's allowance for next month is sorted. During the previous pandemic period, some people in mainland China threw money from high-rise buildings, causing banknotes to flutter down from the sky. It seemed as if the people throwing the money felt that money had become useless at that moment. Rumors circulate about students from Guangdong's Zhongshan Second Hospital developing cancer together. Recently, there have been reports on mainland China's internet suggesting that several graduate students from the breast surgery research team at Yatsen Second Hospital were diagnosed with rare tumors. Most of them were under 30 years old and pursuing their doctoral degrees. It was mentioned that one female doctoral student, who remained as a postdoctoral researcher, was confirmed to have pancreatic cancer. This information quickly became a trending topic on social media, but the official authorities later debunked the rumor. Chat screenshots from the hospital's breast surgery chat group indicated that there could be as many as 6 to 9 students affected, and all of them were students from this particular laboratory. Despite the university's efforts to debunk the information, they faced criticism from individuals who claimed to be in the know, who accused the university authorities of being shameless. These individuals also shared the names of the students who had developed cancer in the research papers they had co-authored with their advisor. Information shared by those who claimed to be informed about the situation showed that the female graduate student diagnosed with pancreatic cancer was named Huang Min and was 29 years old. She was conducting postdoctoral research under her advisor, Su Shicheng, who was mentored by Chinese Academy of Sciences academician and Yatsen Second Hospital director Song Erwei. Chat records also indicate that Su removed Huang Min from various chat groups without any communication. A friend of the patient, claiming to be her sister, stated that the patient's medical information was no longer accessible. Yatsen Second Hospital issued a notice stating that the system had been closed due to maintenance. On the Weibo platform, the trending topic was removed, which led some netizens to speculate. Some question why so many individuals had developed cancer simultaneously, pondering, what could have caused this? Did they come into contact with some radioactive material? Others suggested that the laboratory experiments involved carcinogenic conditions and speculated that there might have been a reagent leak. Some netizens on the mainland's NetEase website questioned, why would they conduct research on carcinogens? What benefit does it have for humanity? Why does it feel like a biochemical weapon? They expressed concerns that too much information was classified, and whoever considered themselves unlucky might be in great danger. There was a concern that it appeared to be promoting cancer deliberately. Some netizens even drew parallels between this incident and the COVID-19 pandemic, suggesting, not only COVID-19 virus, now they've created something to cause cancer. It's so horrific, now it's even easier to kill people, and it's 100% fatal. Some were left questioning the true nature of the COVID-19 pandemic. On the afternoon of November 7th, Douai News, a mainland media outlet, contacted the office of the Communist Party Committee at Sun Yat-sen University's Sun Yat-sen Memorial Hospital, inquiring about whether the circulated images were entirely false and whether there was a situation of students collectively developing cancer. A staff member responded that the hospital was dealing with the matter, and that please pay attention to the official information or announcements for the subsequent results. Fugitive of the White Sheet Revolution, CCP settling scores, freezing assets. The White Paper Revolution is considered the largest student movement in China since the events of June 4. In late November 2022, major universities across China saw the emergence of the White Paper movement, protesting against the CCP's pandemic lockdown measures. People in Shanghai took to the streets and chanted slogans like Xi Jinping step down, Communist Party step down. Amid the wave of protests, the CCP abruptly changed its zero-COVID policy in December last year. Huang Guowen, a participant in the Guangzhou White Paper Revolution, shared insights with reporters about the deteriorating situation in Guangzhou over the past year. Initially, strict lockdowns were concentrated in inland and northern regions, but in 2022, major cities like Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen experienced lockdowns. In late November and early December of the previous year, strong resistance emerged as people defied lockdowns, broke through nucleic acid testing stations, and protested in the streets. While it started as a student movement, it evolved into a people's movement. The White Paper Revolution succeeded due to its decentralized organization, with groups like Huang's WhatsApp group. The main reason Huang Guowen actively participated in the White Paper Revolution was his personal experience of hunger during the lockdown. During his university years, he began to learn about circumventing internet censorship and gained an understanding of current events and political developments. He watched 9 commentaries on the Communist Party on YouTube, learned about the history of the Communist Party, and followed lectures by Xian Haonan. He said, "I thought it was true, but I also had doubts and didn't believe the Communist Party was so evil. It wasn't until I suffered during the pandemic lockdown that I realized its evil nature. The CCP has distorted history. Children can't learn about that period of history in school. They don't even know how many people died during the Cultural Revolution and the Great Leap Forward. Now, textbooks portray the Great Leap as an angel. This horrific 3-year lockdown, even children don't know about it." In October 2022, Huang's health code turned red, leading to a month-long lockdown at home due to close contact with a confirmed case. This lockdown caused him to experience hunger, and he observed numerous attempts to end their lives in Guangzhou due to severe restrictions, domestic violence, and lack of food. He highlights the hardships faced by ordinary people during the lockdown. Locked at home with no food to eat, domestic violence is also very severe. When a couple is poor and in conflict, it often leads to a broken home. Local Guangzhou residents sit at the front doors watching people jump off buildings. In late November and December last year, as universities across the country began to protest the strict lockdown measures, Huang Guowen joined the massive White Paper Revolution movement. Huang Guowen believes that the CCP's retribution was concentrated in January and February of this year. Those who were truly brave, who rushed to the front to hold up white paper, one by one, disappeared. They were completely uncontactable, as if they had vanished from this world. He highlights the impact of the movement not only in universities but also among Guangzhou citizens who were locked at home. Despite not being physically on the streets holding white paper, Huang Guowen, who was involved in propaganda, was also targeted by authorities. Due to living in fear every day, Huang Guowen began planning his exit from the country in February 2023. On May 20th, the police suddenly came to his home, arrested him, and took him to a detention center in the Tianhe district of Guangzhou, where they began interrogating and torturing him through various methods. He was also allowed to use the toilet only once a day as a form of torture. 15 days later, Huang Guowen was released. The release document stated that his offense was Falun Gong assembly and parade. He clarified that he was arrested for distributing 9 commentaries on the Communist Party during the White Paper Revolution, and the police had based the charge on the source of the promotional materials. Huang Guowen was soon dismissed from his job. On July 25, he boarded a flight to New Zealand, escaping the clutches of the CCP. On July 31, his landlord in China sent him a surveillance video, informing him that the police had come looking for him and then cut off contact with him. In early August, Huang Guowen found that he couldn't access his money in Alipay and WeChat, and the China Construction Bank accused him of fraud-related charges, freezing his bank account with 38,000 yuan. He was asked to return to China and faced threats. Determined not to return, Huang Guowen began protesting in front of the China Construction Bank in Auckland, emphasizing the sanctity of private property in the West and highlighting how in China, the Communist Party can confiscate property at will. He aimed to draw attention to China's economic wealth and the impact on the Chinese people, who are compelled to resort to begging due to these actions. October 14 marks the one-year anniversary of the Beijing Sidong Bridge incident. Huang Guowen participated in a memorial event in front of the Chinese consulate in Auckland, organized by the New Zealand Democracy Platform to support the warriors of the Sidong Bridge, and was the first to speak in both Chinese and English. He called on the international community to pay attention to human rights issues in China and urged Chinese people worldwide to rise up against the CCP's human rights abuses. He said, "To focus on human rights, first and foremost, is the right to survival. The white paper revolution happened because people had nothing to eat. That's why they jumped off buildings, hanged themselves, and rebelled." 9 commentaries on the Communist Party is correct. The CCP is an evil party. Without trial, without an open judgment, they can kill people. They have stripped the people of their right to life, property, freedom of speech, and belief, which is a clear sign of an evil party. Sharp decline in European participation and 81% decrease in Taiwanese companies at China Import Expo. Xi Jinping faces Tacitus trap. As of November 7, the 6th China International Import Expo has entered its 3rd day. Chinese official media claims that the number of participating Fortune Global 500 companies, industry leaders, and innovative small and medium-sized enterprises in this expo is the highest in the history of the event. This year's expo also features 15 whole vehicle brands, 10 major industrial electrical companies, as well as mining giants and major grain traders. However, on November 3, the European Union Chamber of Commerce in China stated that its survey last month showed that the proportion of its members participating in the expo had decreased from 42% in the first expo to 32%. Apart from European businesses, this expo claims to have 20 Taiwanese companies participating. However, compared to over 110 companies in the first expo, the decrease in the number of participating companies is about 81%. American economist David Huang said that there are multiple reasons for this situation. Firstly, it is due to the combination of the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic downturn in China, leading to a decrease in the market and sales of European products in China. Secondly, the CCP has not reciprocated by opening up its market to the European Union. Additionally, the CCP's policies are unstable, and recently, they have passed some unfriendly laws and regulations towards foreign businesses and foreign investment. On November 6, a document released by the European Central Bank, ECB, showed that among the multinational corporations surveyed, over 40% expect to shift their production to politically friendlier countries in the coming years. Meanwhile, due to the associated risks brought by the CCP, concerns over doing business in China are seen as the primary concern. On November 6, the Wall Street Journal also reported that by the end of September this year, foreign capital had repatriated profits out of China for 6 consecutive quarters, with the total amount reaching $160 billion. Falling into the Tacitus trap, the CCP has no credible foundation. At the Import Expo, China's Premier Li Qiang also pledged to protect the rights and interests of foreign investors and create a market-oriented and legally oriented environment. Chinese affairs expert Wang He believes that Li Qiang's promises are merely for show and won't have a significant impact. He points out that the CCP's legal system lacks fairness, making it difficult for ordinary people to find reliable and stable channels for seeking redress when their rights are violated. Consequently, people may be more inclined to leave the country if such actions continue. Recent unusual interventions by the Chinese Ministry of State Security in the economic sector are a cause for concern. The ministry discussed financial security, alleging that malicious short sellers and looters with ill intentions have caused financial instability, and stated that they would enhance regulation to address national security risks in the financial sector. Wang Yi argues that in Xi Jinping's thinking, national security and consolidating power take precedence in decision-making, with economic concerns being secondary. He sees this as the overall direction of the CCP's policies. He also highlights the inconsistency between the Chinese government's words and actions and points out that their policies are already opaque. He suggests that the public is becoming increasingly distrustful of the party. The CCP is seen as falling into the Tacitus trap, as described by Xi Jinping in 2014. According to Xi, this trap is when public authority loses credibility, and no matter what it says or does, society reacts negatively. Xi Jinping warned that the existing problems are indeed serious and could threaten the party's foundation and position in governance if they persist. Mr. Wang Yi points out that the current policies of the CCP are inflexible, and the leaders are primarily focused on safeguarding the party and consolidating their political power, which will only expedite and make the arrival of economic crises more inevitable. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.